So my name is Naiza Khan and I'm a visual artist based in Karachi. I've been living here for about 22 years and it's been a very interesting journey in terms of how my work has evolved in this city but also out of this city. Currently I'm working on a sort of long-term project which has been based out of Manor Island. The work has been very much based on the body. So for about almost 20 years, I was looking at the figure and the idea of subjective experience really through the body of the female form. And this sort of led me into a lot of work with drawing and some work in which I was making interventions into the city, as in the Henna Hands project. And also currently with the island and the work on the island, it's a very embodied engagement with the space, a particular kind of space, a particular kind of social structure. And I feel that it's not been a very preempted sort of conscious decision to move away from the body. It's just happened very gradually and slowly that I found myself in a space which is very engaging and very, very compelling, not only in terms of the transformations that I see in that space. It's a small island. It's almost like a nucleus of transformation, I suppose. But on many levels, it echoes what Karachi is going through or has gone through. It's a very multi-religious space, or at least it used to be, and a space for recreation, for people coming for picnics, to look at the horizon, to experience the sea, which Karachi as a port city doesn't really afford us that kind of experience, to kind of be in an open space out of the congested city. So I think those are some of the reasons why I also gravitated towards Manora. And you know, as I said, it's really like an island that's been gutted and cast away, a bit like a body that's been gutted. You see this sense of transformation eroding the kind of architectural space. And so my work has been kind of twofold. It's been about observation and about documenting the change, but at the same time exploring or rather realizing that this documentation is leading to a sort of temporal experience of the space, where going back to the ruins, going back to the space or to the ruins within the space, I find that there's a kind of sense of aging that's taking place in that space. And that's interesting because with the body, you experience the aging process much, much more physically, subjectively, because you inhabit that body. And so my encounter of this kind of long space of time, these 4 or 5 years of observation have also given a sense of, given me a sense of that aging process, but more about a spatial kind of experience of a place aging. And so this is how the work has evolved. It's evolved through photography, through film, through a kind of performative intervention in the space, through the homage video where I paint the furniture on the island, which is a homage to some of the children who died under one of the derelict kind of buildings, or rather specific wall. And also I've explored this experience and this, I've tried to kind of represent this whole process through oil paintings and through drawing prints. So it's sort of the sculpture work as well. It's been a very kind of wide exploration, which again wasn't premeditated for it to be so wide, but it continuously kind of fed off what I was doing, and so one thing led to another, which led to another. And now I have this accumulation of work, which is almost like a personal archive of Manora. And this archive is within many different mediums, which are all interrelated. They're almost like clusters of ideas which are kind of connected within a spatial kind of three-dimensional conceptual space. So these clusters are about kind of perhaps the political dynamics between structures within a space, the kind of hierarchy of the Navy, for example, to the civilian population, the kind of very monumental buildings, historic buildings like the Shri Varun Dev Mandir or the Cadet Academy on the island, versus the very small, non-monumental, non-heroic structures like the very small shell homes that are made and sold by souvenirs, as souvenirs. So I'm looking at this kind of scale of structures and the scale of relationships that these structures kind of denote for me. The city has always been an important impetus for how the art has been shaped out of this context, especially Karachi. And I see that kind of progressively evolving and becoming more interesting and more complex.